Nothing that they did affected you to get to like this ending point. So I'm getting like you needed to get to a destination, and there was a lot of things that was put on this destination or on your path towards this destination to like distract you or to get you out of character or something like that. um but it's almost like everything that came your way, or every test that came your way, you kind of was prepared. Sometimes tests don't feel like tests when you know all the answers, when you really study. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting like you could have been tried recently, because I had a situation, y'all, where I was kind of tried recently by like a stranger who couldn't even speak English. This young boy. And he was just being very annoying. And like, I'm talking to God the whole time, like, God, please help me before I cuss this man out. God, please help me in this situation, because I don't know what the heck this man is on, and I don't want to have to turn crazy. I said, God, please protect me right now. Like, I had to start really talking to God in that moment and watching this man without even watching him. Like, you ever watch somebody and they don't know that you're looking at them? It was that vibe. And I haven't felt like that in so long, and it was like an incident on a train where this person, he just kept getting up, coming over to me, could barely understand what the hell he was trying to say, but I just knew that I was just being tested in some way. So he ended up getting off like a couple more stops, but I remember even saying to God, like, where is the conductor? Like, nobody's walking through. Like, he's just being annoying. He just kept getting up, walking over to me, because I hear somebody saying, like, well, what was happening? What was up? He kept getting up. It was at one point he was literally in my personal space, and I had to, like, elongate my body and like sit up proper and be like, yo, back up, like, go back over there, bro, back up. You feel me? And I just really, honestly, I just didn't feel safe. Like, I just didn't know if he wanted me, or if he was trying to flirt, or if he wanted to hurt me. I didn't know what the vibe was. It just wasn't a safe vibe. And I was just so fucking irked sitting here. And I had like so much stuff with me this day. This actually happened recently because I had so much stuff with me. So I didn't want to change my seat because I was already in the middle, so I can easily get off the train when I got to my destination. Because if I would have like sat in the regular seats, I would have been like, it would have been too much walking through the aisles, because I already tried before people even came walking through the aisles, and I was just bumping everywhere. So I decided to sit like in the middle of the train where I don't have to go through no aisles, and I'm right there by the door. So I knew I couldn't get up when this person came over. So I just felt like I was really, really being tested. All right. So I'm getting like, you guys can be tested in ways where you're just like, what the fuck? Like, I remember even at one point I was like, am I being punked right now? Like talking to myself, saying like, God, am I being punked right now? Because I just could not believe what was happening or what was taking place in front of me right now. You know what I'm saying? So you could be just going through stuff like that where things may be happening around you or even to you, and you're like, am I being fucking punked? Like, what is going on right now? And I just want you to try your best to just keep your cool in the situation, because this could be the enemy's tricks to try to get you to get rowdy and do something that you're going to regret later, or do something that can provoke like a bigger situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, how are you going to respond to these things that are sent to distract your peace or disturb your peace? Like, how are you going to handle, these disturbances? So eventually, when I just kept talking to God about it, like, God, please help me right now. Please help me. Then I seen that the man had got off the stop, literally, like the next stop he had got off. So yeah, but I didn't know what stop he was going to get off. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what to expect. It felt like I was going to have to be riding with this person the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So, very annoying. Okay. So I feel like that can be going around in the collective where you may be getting tried with like little dumb shit, and you're like, what is going on? Or like someone is, excuse me, confirmation, y'all. Someone may be trying to invade your space or asking you for something, and you're like, no, I don't have it, and they keep pressing you about it or something. But it's just the enemy trying to get you to be disturbed. You know, you've been minding your business, you've been in your own world. They can't mess with you no other way, so they're just trying to disturb your peace any way that they can. And I feel like this is going to disturb you for a little bit. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Like, I was literally more so thinking, like, am I being punked? And when I realized that I wasn't being punked and this is real life, that's when I started heavily praying, like, God, please get this man out of my motherfucking face, space, off this train. Get him away from me immediately, God, please. Because I do not want to have to get into my bag and say some things or stand up, because I was trying my best not to have to stand up. I didn't want to cause too much attention. But then I noticed someone that was sitting like in the aisles, they kept like peeking their head over like they were seeing something. So when I saw that, I said, okay, cool, someone else is seeing this. You know, so that helped me to just keep my composure and just sit the fuck down. And I just kind of just sat up and was like, bro, back the fuck. Like, when he came over to me, that's when I was just like, yo, back the fuck up. But it wasn't like this person was just in my face the whole time. No, he was just sitting across from me. But you know how you can tell when someone is just looking at you or trying to get your attention. So I'm like ignoring him, you know, hoping that he get the point. He's still talking. But I can tell he was like a young boy. Who knows? But all I know is he was sent in, you know, as a vessel to just disturb my peace. Okay. And this could be when, you know, something major is happening. You know, you can be on your way to an important event or outing or something that God is sending you to. And then this person wants to kind of like disturb your peace on the way in. You know, your enemies wanting you to be disturbed because, you know, I think this was like Thanksgiving. So, you know, enemies could be upset that I'm just sharing, you know, Thanksgiving with other people, creating memories and not doing it with them, you know, and just wanting things to just annoy me or, you know, just to irk me when I'm about to go eat a good meal and be around family. So a couple little things. And so, yeah, just be aware of these little attacks. And at the end of the day, we just going to mind ourselves, you know, and mind our reaction and how we're going to handle the situation, because maybe I could have reacted in such a ratchet getaway. But I was talking to the Father the whole time. Okay. The whole time. All right. Because, yeah, I could not believe that I was actually going through this. Because I never go through no shit like that. You know, I'm like, God, what is going on? Where you at? What's going on? What is this? You feel me? It was to the point where I'm talking to God like, now, God, why is this man even able to get on my nerves right now? Where are you? Where is Archangel Michael? Like, I'm like, God, where are y'all? Handle this right now. You know, that's the type of vibe I was on. Because, yeah, you just never know what people got going on. He had a suitcase. You just never know what he got going on, where he coming from. You never fucking know. Motherfuckers that hate you be ready to attack you because you smiling or something and you looking good or you looking together. You know, people will hate you for any freaking thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, just put on your full armor of God and keep God in your heart and just talk to him throughout this process, because you're going to be tried. Some of you, this could have already taken place. It's probably did for most of you. But yeah, if this is still coming up, you know, it could be some more things that they want to send your way. Just always remember that the enemy is, you know, playing with you behind the scenes, right? Because we fight against spirits and principalities. So you may not even understand why this is happening physically, but understand that somebody sent them spiritually. All right. I love you all, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.